Beaver, away!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Critscast, as we're going to be bringing you yet another season of Highlander non-stop action. This time around, we're going to be casting some Premiership games between two well-established teams finally getting ready to fight for that top prize, the first prize of the season. But before we do that, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Jake. Today with me in the casting booth is none other than Domaytoe, hailing from Germany, and on camera is none other than Wiethoofd, back from his Denmark's job. Not just yet, but still in Denmark, but he'll be back soon in his own house, and we'll be producing more and more TF2 content as the time goes on. But, Domaytoe, who are we going to be watching today, and what are the stakes?
First thing I'm watching or imagining is how am I supposed to be hailing down from Germany? The second thing is, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello from me as well. We are, as you said, watching these two kind of established teams. SDCK coming back from a short hiatus, if I remember correctly. So we'll be seeing one amazing map, and then we have a second King of the Hill map as well. We start on Product, the best map in the map pool still. Like, it's still there, you know, like people still do notice the quality of this map. And after that we have Warm Take, which is in comparison a bit interesting of a King of the Hill map essentially. So we'll just wait on to people connecting. And to be quite fair, like, it can be an interesting one because it's quite DM focused maps. So what's your prediction, Jake?
It's hard to say at the moment. I mean, we've seen those teams play before the season. They were fighting for, at least Kiti was fighting for the Premiership spot, and they actually gotten it. And then SDCK is a more established team. We've seen them play in Premiership quite a while. They actually won some tournaments as well, and well, they've been playing together for quite a while. They had a few roster switch-ups as far as I know. I mean, some people just have to leave the competitive scene in pursuit of real-life commitments, but the majority of the team has stayed behind. We still see the similar names as Ascender or Clark, so definitely those people are still alive and kicking and still ready to basically lay down some punishment on anybody who tries to contend them for the first prize.
I like that you said that we have people returning and that are still alive. I actually see Spelly in the server, and I haven't seen this guy since a very remarkable incident, and I'm happy that he's still alive and still has money to live. So considering that he is apparently back maybe, or just murking, I didn't 100% see or look at their roster before. We have the players connecting. You kind of dodged the prediction game, and I feel like people are just standing on the fence these days, so I will just go quickly and say SDCK is my pick, and I will go down the roster when they have all of their players connected and not in one team, but kind of respective teams.
So yeah, on the other side we have Kitty's bakenbardami, or Wales with sideburns, as it's translated from Finnish, I do believe. Oh, Russian actually, because it's Russian close enough. I mean, you know, they're close to each other. I mean, they had a history together, but before we go into history lessons, they are primarily a Russian team with a few Ukrainians here and there. We see Py-bun there as well, who has been playing on some more European teams, but we also have DQZ, Bashi, Finske, who's been popping off recently, especially the last season. Very well done. Irfix, who has been playing around for a very long time. Charizard. So they definitely have people who have been playing together, have been playing this game for a long time, have been playing Highlander in particular. They definitely do have the skill needed to, well, fight for the first prizes this season, I think. And that's just my personal opinion, but just looking at rosters of the teams that have applied for the Premiership spot, this is going to be a season one for the books, because honestly, pretty much every single team has some history. Pretty much every single team has a lot of skill.
Yeah, we're kind of just missing, like, I'm still someone who would like I can definitely understand why they make only like 6 teams since seasons, but you know, if we would have had like 2 more spots open for like a team like Strong Opinions, or if they would play, you know, like that would literally be the best contingent you could have. But we're definitely we can feel quite comfortable and quite lucky to have these teams that are playing in the Prem division right now, because the competition looks quite promising. As you said, they're kind of just swapping out their sides right now, as I don't think they've decided yet. Like, they're just switching. It's a bit hard to keep track of these people.
Yeah, so right now it's just a little bit of a pre-game fun, just people warming up. We've seen just before this game started, I think it was SDCK that was warming up. Is we're going to be looking at a product and Wormtic, both Koth maps and a best of 3 or best of 5 format. Whichever team goes to 3 points wins. Well, we'll see how it goes right now, because I do believe there is a slight change of rules this time around for Koth. If one team scores 2 points, the other team scores 3, I believe. It goes to the way where the winning team will get 2 points out of the map and the losing team will get 1 point. So the losing team doesn't really lose everything, even though they fought well. So there's a little bit of a, just a little bit of a reconciliation prize for basically playing well. So literally, now Koth maps should see their resurgence, because they haven't been really used or liked a lot in Highlander, maybe just for the DM, but the team that just had pure DM was always winning, as it usually is with Koth product. Wormtic a little less so, but still it's a sniper fest, it's a demo show.
I always loved King of the Hill maps, honestly. Like, what you just said, it's only important for the season, because like playoff games don't change. So meaning, whatever my argument was for like playoff games especially, which is basically still unchanged, it's like, you lose 3-2 a map, that is, and just on the face of it, like, you lost it, like you don't gain anything from it, even though you got like 2 rounds and it's actually been close, and like playoff kind of rules don't respect that, but right now the season does, so you actually do get the precious points of that. So I kind of feel like that's a pretty nice change of the points getting given out, as we are still waiting for these people that are just DMing here right now. But I think I can be quite comfortable going down the SDCK roster, as I will try to do so. So we are still missing a scout. Okay, never mind. They're using fake nicknames. I start with let's see. Degu is probably, Degu is on Medic, a secondary old school player, been around the block for a very, very long time on the Pyro class. Jackie Legs on Soldier. It might actually be Spelly on the Scout class, interestingly enough. Maybe he has practiced enough also for that one. Nos then on the demo class. And let's see, Sandburn is stepping in probably on Heavy as the main caller, probably still Clark on Engineer. Then we have Burn on Sniper. It is, the man coming back on the Spy class. Who have I missed? I think that's the full roster, right? Yeah, should be. I think they're only missing their medic is there as well. So that's the full lineup. Kind of reminiscent. We have seen these players before, and we've seen that they work their magic.
Yeah, they definitely do. And, well, it is a winning roster. I mean, SDCK had a break, but they're coming back, just like Strong Opinions did last season. They've played the last season, but they haven't played the one before. So I think those kind of break seasons, because there's 2 competitions each year now for ETF2L. And having that break season to just kind of pursue your own ventures, play for other teams, just relax, just have fun, or play sixes competitively, it is very much needed for these teams at this point, because having 2 competitions, 2 big leagues every year can be very taxing on you, like your time, your health, because it's very time consuming when you think about it. It's a game that requires a lot of patience, a lot of practice, and a lot of planning. And the teams that just kind of take it half-heartedly don't usually reach the top leagues. The teams that we usually see reaching those tops have been playing together for a very long time, like in the case of Strong Opinions, or simply had the skill and had the integrity to just simply sit down and play all the time, like we've seen SDCK the seasons before. But now, seeing SDCK coming back into this, with as good of a table as this is, I mean, just taking a quick look, we have Fela Esports, or Joyotech Fela as they are known now. We have Envision, we have Kiti, and then Tourette's French Club, who are a little bit of a down low at this point, but, they had a history together, and they have really good players. So, honestly, it's going to be an interesting one.
Also, what you just mentioned, like, I would like to add on that time value, because I don't know about you, Jake, but whenever, like, I'm quite happy that I don't have to play these days anymore, because it's not only the pure official time that you play, like, especially considering that Highlander game always go quite the long time, and then it's pretty late after you finished. Like, it's not done after that. At least for me, it wasn't. Like, I could never sleep a night properly after these, like, insane officials, you know? Like, I just couldn't fall asleep.
Because you get the adrenaline carrying over, and all you do if you win an official, if you lose an official, I mean, that's just a little bit of a different story. But when you win one, all you think about is the cool things you've done, all the cool plays, you know, the coordination, the tactics, the right calls, the great pushes. That's all you can think about, and you just talk about that with your teammates as well. And I think this is the reason why people are still playing this old game to this day. This game came out when I was like, what, 14 or 15 years old, and now...
So 2 years ago.
It's insane. Like, I don't even understand how, but I'm glad it is. So, we're slowly getting ready on the wave of nostalgia, just coursing through our veins right now as we're getting ready for this.
Considering that what you just said, not even the ability of falling asleep, you also have to just put in so much practice time, and like these players have played this game for quite a long time. I don't think it phases people that much per se if they have like a spare season or something, you know, like skill wise. I don't think there's much between the teams, and then after all, if you have been playing with the same players like for a long time, it doesn't even affect the strategy so much as we go live. So I quickly catch my breath as we haven't gone down the kitty roster. It is a light claw on the scout class, Boshi on soldier, DQZ on the pyro class, Crime. We'll see if he has like crime against humanity with these pipes on the demoman class, someone in Russian on the heavy class, Meth on engineer, Pahan on medic, Fuzz on the sniper class, and TS on spy as we go straight off the blocks into the first one.
And yeah, some damage being exchanged, but no kills just yet. Here, Crime going really aggressively, getting killed there. No, he's still alive though. He's falling down there. Pahan needs to get out of this situation as the sniper. They're looking into the middle, but looks like SDCK will be able to reclaim this point fairly easily without losing too much of their health nor their manpower at the moment. Degu, nice headshot on him by Finske, but there's no medic, unfortunately, for SDCK as they just capped the point with Pahan on 90%. We're gonna be expecting a push very soon.
They have to watch out for Sandburn from Japan, and when the soldier initiated, they kited him really well, so that was kind of the issue why they didn't win this. As Jackie tries to jump to China, he does get a rocket or something on Pahan, so they actually forced them quite low. And I mean, Sandburn went down and Jackie as well. They do get the force for that though, and they have to watch out that they don't get picked here for this point, and they probably won't.
But Crime! Oh, so close, and then TS tried to get the medic, but not close enough. Dagon's half health. Oh, that burning hat is definitely just giving him the extra boost that they need to reclaim this point at the moment. Healing everybody around, but everybody's just there on the flag as a heavy weapons guy, still getting life, still getting kills, and somehow Kitty is holding this point, yet still.
Yeah, they only had like 6 players up after that one, SDCK, and they had really... Fuzz is popping off as well, a Russian sniper. Coincidence, I think. He's just killing these players. They have to watch out because they're still quite low on the numbers. Like, Kitty can get aggressive here, like they're still getting like constant frags, you know. Dago had there and they could have maybe even forced them, but they just got so many players there, honestly, and definitely did make it very hard for them to push in, but Fuzz goes down, so there comes the push from Cliff right now as Boshi tries to sneak that out early, gets burned, but there we go.
Yeah, Dago is going with Nas right now. Nas is actually baiting out some early Ubers, but none of the teams decide to really pop in until very late. Now Crime is low on health, they need to get flashed. Here Pahan trying to just look for something, and there is a sticky trap that just finds DQZ. And it looks promising for SDCK as they're just trying to push out by brute force Kitty, as they're falling behind their own house right now. Crime doesn't really have anything reloaded, and the point finally goes to the way of SDCK.
They rotated out nicely though, and Pahan still kept his Uber. They have equal kind of Uber advantages, Uber percentages. I mean, Zeman goes down there, so kind of not really pulling his weight right now. Like he hasn't done that much so far. They still do have the kind of lead time-wise, Kitty that is. They do pressure a lot on Pahan, but see that? Like Burn and Jackie just go down to Atomislav.
You just never see it coming, and then you feel it coming as it goes around. It gets 2. But now Z-Man's on the side right now looking for some kills. Kitty's reclaimed the point, and SDCK doesn't have any manpower to actually stop it from happening. With Daegu down for the count and the massive Uber disadvantage, Py-bun has everything he needs to hold this point for yet another minute and a half. But right now, what SDCK needs to be doing is looking for some kind of a force. Nas is on the flank, on the cliff. Jackie's getting into position. Z-Man's also there, just all flanking from every single side. And Py-bun is just covered in a pile of bodies from his own team just to make sure he doesn't get sniped by Burn. Burn finds the EQZ.
They can get aggressive here, like just walk with Crime, like they don't even have this Uber. Now they're going to get forced a bit passive. Daegu actually went weak. Let's see if the chase comes out. He gets out. The main issue is like they didn't kill him, but it shouldn't matter that much. I mean, they have 50% advantage. The main aspect there, the main crucial area is the man coming in. No, that's not. But like they kept the kind of point, and they didn't lose a lot of players. You know, like the time still does favor them, and Daegu still has to cover a lot of ground with his Uber. So maybe they can sniff him out and kill him early. Just, you know, like make them bleed for this point here. That's all you can do in this scenario.
Yeah, the point is only halfway there. Oh, but TS goes behind and gets 2! How does he even do that? Burn and Daegu down for the count. SDCK is losing players, but they're trying to get their money's worth. Jacqueline's jumping in, getting blasted away by DQZ, who is still alive somehow. And Py-bun is still alive as well with 50% Uber charge. Well, the point is now SDCK's, but they're getting very long respawns as a result of that. And Py-bun once again with the advantage. Will he be able to use it and utilize it efficiently?
Really strong of Py-bun, just keeping himself alive this entire round. Like, I feel like he hasn't died so much, so he always has disadvantage. Fuss goes down. Z-Man is just exchanging pick classes right now. It definitely favors the aggressive team here, because Boshi jumps in, and there come just a lot of sticks across this point. Burn getting burned down. Nos dying as well, and I mean, your head is on fire, Daegu, but you kind of need your players to play lit around you, because you're kind of just getting spammed here right now onto this low ground. You see, like, Sandburn goes down as well. They still have this advantage. They're not stopping here. They're killing Jackie-Legs. They're just taking this aggression forward together. The Russians are doing really good, and they still have the slight advantage, and, like, they probably don't even get yet. Like, SDCK have to get on this point, and it's gonna be the last Uber exchange for them.
Yeah, Daegu needs to just get in on the point right now. Spelly goes down, Burn as well. They're losing players left and right. Uber is exchange of the points, just a whole mess of people, as Sandburn is also going down there, just trying to exchange, but there's nobody from SDCK on the point, and they've been losing players left and right, and the first point of this game here on Koth Product goes the way of Kitty's bakenbardami.
Whenever you connect to a server, there's a little hint, and that kind of tells you something about the game, and it sometimes tells you when you Ubered, you can't cap a point. I'm pretty sure it does. The main aspect is they had to flash a lot of players. Nos is quite fast here, actually, and does spam out Crime. Crime gets body shot there as well. There comes Boshi with a really big bomb, and he's scaring Burn out. He doesn't get the frag. He kind of forced him out of position, so they could have made this work. Jackie gets completely annihilated by DQZ as he gets his head taken off. It should favor SDCK here, though.
It does look promising for them. Py-bun's down for the count, and they have the players, so it looks like Kitty is just gonna take back, you know, just kind of like, just not really risk too much. Crime goes in, tries to get Daegu. Daegu's low with health as a follow-up from Boshi. And how is the medic still alive? He goes down. Finally, Finsky claims the kill with a body shot. And it looks promising now as the point has not been finished by SDCK. With a full reinforcement wave coming from Kitty, they'll be able to claim it easily.
Jackie-Legs got juggled so insanely hard above Py-bun, like he jumped and then he just got so much hit scan on him alongside with a mini sentry, so he actually couldn't jump the medic perfectly there. So they still have this 50% advantage. I feel like they're doing quite good, like their positioning is quite strong. They go like Sandworm goes down. TS dies a bit too fast and easy there, but they're kind of making work with their resources. I really like that. There comes Jackie-Legs completely getting outflanked there on the concrete by Everybody Loves Me, as I was getting told is the heavy's name. Insane name. Meth just gets a lot of points because he's just unsapping everything, and the sentry gun goes down, so they just have to make it work here, and they still have this 30% advantage. They have to watch out for Burn.
Oh no, but Boshi once again finds that kill on the medic. He's just unstoppable so far, and well, SDCK doesn't really have an answer to that flying American man. Everything they can do right now is just go for Paha, and they're trying to sacrifice Jaculex, and he gets him! Ascender with a drop, and they shotgun the Spyro, gets the kill on the medic. That's the equalizer SDCK was looking for, and they may yet just be in this game so far. There's a scout, lone scout, trying to find Spelly. He's just getting forced out right now, but SDCK needs to capitalize on this advantage. Boshi goes in and gets another one. That's Burn. And Nas going down as well. No demo and no sniper spells. Disaster! TS finds a kill. Onto Degu is just a mess here, Domaytoe.
Really nice coordination on the jumping explosive classes, demo and the soldier, and then the spy coming in after that. A bit delayed, a bit off there on the timing, but it kind of still worked out, so they definitely can make this work. Just have your heals up. You still have 1 minute that does favor you, like you're 1 minute ahead of the enemy team. Z-Man tries to do something here, gets spotted onto the concrete area. He's still in, Boshi has to watch out. They're just trying to waddle their way forward here. They have to watch out for Burn on the lower right behind the point, and they're probably going to look in good shape. Just take this connector here or take the right side, but they're kind of indecisive. They're still building this Uber, but I feel like they're getting kind of low and forced into this low ground here, the kitties.
Yeah, once again, Degu is, well, low on health, just regaining his, but SDK is just losing players left and right, and points slowly getting capped by Kitty's bakenbardami. Boshi getting behind as well, finds the man, he's trying to just DM him, he gets the kill as a heavy weapons guy going in, looking for some more kills on the flank, gets stabbed by Z-Man. Well done by the spy from SDCK, but the point is unfortunately still Kitties, and SDCK needs to do something about his thunder. He goes in very far forward trying to get some damage onto him as the team gets into position. Jaculex is a little bit of a hang, I believe is a technical pause of some sort, 90 seconds in the future, but like basically, I did not expect anything else from this map from either team. It's just full-on aggression with Boshi just flying left and right. Jaculex trying to find Pahan, but Boshi just being a little bit more successful.
I'm a bit confused, like as I was saying, I feel like the coordination is quite on point there for Kitties right now. It could be a bit better, but you know, that's always a bit too critical maybe. But I feel like SDCK, I don't know, they're just losing 2 to 3 to 4 players constantly. Like, they can't keep their players alive, then on top of that Pahan is just surviving, so you can just repush with their fast spawns most of the time, because when SDCK cap, then they're 3 players down. Like, what are you doing, you know? Like, you just get counter-pushed. And then after that, I feel like they're kind of not getting carried by their pick class. Like, if you just open scoreboard, where it's always a really fun thing to do, judging off points, then you have Burn on the, like, with 8 points, bottom scoring for SDCK right now, as Fuzz has 30 points. I mean, points sometimes do not completely represent everything, but you know, if a sniper is kind of low there, you definitely have to make it work behind. And Z-Man and Clark both died to a mini-sentry, so they have to work forward here, and there comes the Uber.
Yeah, Uber comes in on the flank, trying to find Sandberg's gonna sacrifice himself. Now DQZ trying to chase down the medic, but Degu is long gone. Crime looking for that medic kill. He's gonna find trouble instead. Just kind of sacrificing himself at this point, still looking for the kill, but Jaculex cleans him up all the way in their spawn. That is just a, like, that is just disgusting coming out of Crime, just being so sure of his skill. But now Jaculex coming in on the point, looking for something. But this team,
Degu, he walks into the sideline from the cliff there, and you basically die like a lemming off the cliff. You go, my friend. Nos dies as well. They're kind of bleeding their players. Sandman went down as well, like down on low HP. Ascendery gets flamed down. Pyro MG, and they're just kind of exchanging frags. Crime is so aggressive here. Just watch out. They get the frags though. Burn dies, Belly and Sandman as well. Like, they can't counter the aggression from Kitty fast enough. They don't have their like DM on point apparently. It's only like 1 or 2 seconds always off, and Jackie Oz, like, they're completely getting outplayed here right now. It's kind of intense to see.
Yeah, it's a bit disheartening to see SDK in this form. I mean, what you noticed before is that Burn is actually at the bottom of the scoreboard. It's just, I don't know if it's just him or simply the just rough time he's having on this map, because it can either really favor your sniper or punish if you're playing one and the other team just focus that. But we're back on the middle once again. Nos just being a little bit faster, but also a little bit lower in health, just getting saved. Here Degu getting pushed by Boshi and gets the kill. Everybody just ignored him. Now TS coming behind, gets the sniper, looking for the demo, gets the demo with the help of a scout. It's just a complete mess going on from the side of Kitty, and the SDCK just don't really have an answer to that.
What an amazing mid-fight. Like, Crime piped Nos on his jump to mid, then he got a sticky onto Daegu, then Boshi jumped in, killed Daegu, then the Spy completely killed the demo because the demo nuked himself up on the Spy, and it was just complete conch. In the end, it favors the kitties once again because they just played a bit conservatively, and SDCK didn't get the cap time, and then Py-bun still has this full Uber to play with. Honestly, they kind of need a bit more flank classes, I feel like, on the side of SDCK. Maybe Spelly just needs to flood in a bit more from the left side with a conch right now. Like, they're trying to work this forward here and probably try to force. Yeah, that comes to force.
The force comes out here. Py-bun trying to get some kills with his team, getting burning people. Clark's gonna go down. No! Ascender just tanks everything for his engineer main. Now TS getting DM'd in the back, but looks like it just looks good for SDCK. They got out just in time with that amazing push and the force, as Kiti has been favoring that lower cliff holding spot. But right now, points getting capped here. Crime looking for that medic who gets destroyed by the Pyromane. And now Boshi looking for Deku once again. This man just cannot breathe. Getting cleaned up as well. And now SDCK finally in control of this point. Now all they have to do is hold it with that 100% Uber advantage. They just can't let Daegu die.
Yeah, they're getting their grip on the game again. What you said, like when Burn was a bit low on the scoreboard, it's more often than not. There you go. He's on a 5k. Like, it's more often than not. Like, it's always a team effort, you know. Like what you said, it's not singling out players. It's basically we have to think what we have to fix, because it's more often than not like the single players not playing well. There comes the force though, and they lose like some vital players for that. Like Nos and Jackie both die, and they get forced. So that's kind of a weakening to the sword. So they might just get instantly repushed on.
Yeah, Py-bun 60%. They're getting faster respawns as well. Remember, if you don't have the point, your respawns are faster. Lightclaw goes in, tries to DM Ascender, he finds him. And only Sandburn on the point right now, trying to get some kind of a kill. Reconciliation prize. Nas is also getting pushed there. Sandburn's gonna sacrifice his life to Lightclaw just to delay him just enough. Burn looking for some more kills as well. Now Nas with his medic going up the cliff, looking for something there. Just putting some sticks out, but once again, Kitty's just holding right beneath that cliff. And while they're still getting really spammed out and Force comes out, they are still making this work. Crime goes in looking for the medic. Nox goes really low. Sandberg goes down. Another pipe onto Spelly. And it wasn't a complete waste from the side of Py-bun, but now Daegu has 100% not anymore! Finsky finds a headshot onto the medic, dropping him!
Yeah, good night, Sweet Prince. They're probably going to still go aggressive because they can't lose anything here. The respawn times still favor them. There comes really nice surf from Fuzz into his own house, just surviving this bomb from Jackie Lex as he's getting cleaned up. They're not decisive with their pick classes, they're not decisive with their flank classes, they're just not, like, they're lacking in these crucial areas, and that's just the consequence of what we've been seeing all game, like on the side of SDCK, while Kitty is just making it work with the few resources that they still have. Like Fuzz is on a 5k already, he's just working off all this space he's getting.
This game is just top scoring right now with 55 points, 4 points more than his own medic. He's just clearing up the space they need. Burn takes down DQZ as an equalizer, but the time is ticking and they cannot fight the time. Boshi looks for Daegu, gets cleaned up himself. Daegu's so low on health, but he gets out. Py-bun 100% Uber charge on half health as well. Walking with Crime onto the point, half a minute left. This SDCK has a last time to regroup themselves and look for something, some kind of an opening there.
And everything dies. Only Daegu stayed with his Pyro in main, and then TS just didn't see the ledge and dropped down by Invisible and got completely flamed down. They could have made something work there. Unfortunate slip up shouldn't mean that much, as we have full Uber on both sides. Nos comes aggressive right side. They're kind of getting forced a bit early, and they have to flash, so it could definitely favor Kitty here, as they still do control this high ground. The heavy gets backstep, but Lightclaw gets reflected down. Py-bun dies as well. Finally, the flank comes in and actually makes a difference. Jackie dies. There comes big jump from Boshi. Gets completely annihilated and plumped down there by the plumber man himself. Nos, though, gets completely put into his Volvo, back into his home, and kind of dies there. And GS is still on Daegu. Daegu is so weak. He does survive, and they kind of just instant re-push and recap, and that's probably the map.
Yeah, they need to get on the point, but there's not enough time, and the heavy is too slow. And with 3 points to 0, Kitty's bakenbardami just simply take this game and then whitewash over SDCK.
I mean, just open the scoreboard, you only see still top scoring Pyro on the side of SDCK with 69 points. That's literally your result, you know, like that's how you can see that you basically got 3-0 whitewashed. No, just kidding. It was just the team effort that you mentioned, like whenever a sniper is like mechanically able to pull the shots and he's not like strategically able, like Burn, you know, like that's only a consequence of you not playing to your advantages and just not making full work with your flank just to create the space, and that's definitely what we've seen this entire game. So kiti just straight off the blocks put their name on the table and just got the full points of that, as we do have a quick look at the statistics.
And no surprise there, Finske with 27 kills to his name, to 5 deaths that he suffered the entire game. 7 more than his own heavy weapons guy. Everybody with 20 kills. And the secondary, the Pyro for SDCK, there's long just kiti's bakenbardami, and then bottoming the chart is SDCK. It just shows how crucial having a sniper is, especially a sniper that is well protected, is supported, and is given the room to breathe. With Boshi constantly flying above, it was very difficult for Burn to even focus on anything. And Finske with 27 kills there, that is just crushing for SDCK. And it actually showed so much how this man was just dismantling this push. Because if you notice, Domaytoe, every single time SDCK wanted to push, they were losing 1 or 2 players to Finske.
Yeah, well, they were just literally losing 2 or 3 players the entire game. I did notice, like, that's their bane, what you just said. And also considering, I mean, he got 27 frags, you know, and he only died, like, 5 times. He got a KAD of 6.0 and a KD of 5.4 on product. Like, you have no chance. It just doesn't work like that. He got 6 frags onto the medic. It's quite insane statistics. It's a fun game mode, Highlander, that is, when the sniper exists in the game.
Yeah, here, it's so strange to see that. I mean, people are actually showing that Pahan has only healed everybody 2% of the time. Only 429 health points going to the way of the heavy, just prioritizing literally everybody else. And
I mean, his name is Everybody Loves Me, and then abbreviated. Apparently, Pahan does not love him, so, you know, what does this say with this
he popped
team
8
synergy?
times. As opposed to Dago's 4, and then Dago has died a couple of more times than Pahan did. So overall, it's so strange to see this work, but it does. Like, it completely dismantled what SDCK was playing. Because SDCK played, as far as I saw, I mean, it just looked like a regular meta, you know? You have your demo charging up, you have your Pyro just kind of trying to keep everybody at bay, you have your heavy just kind of, you know, being the anchor of the team behind the rock, and they played the meta, and it's not wrong. But then you have kiti's bakenbardami, who just go in with their crazy strats. They don't heal the heavy. They just heal everybody else. They make sure that Finske has room to breathe. And then just Boshi just spawns, jumps in, dies. Spawns, jumps in, dies. And it worked. It just worked for Koth. And now with another Koth map coming up, SDK will have to think of something new.
But why do you think, Jake, Womtic is a terrible map, what you told me before the cast?
What was that?
Just kidding. It is a terrible map, though. Yeah, sorry, I'm not allowed to bash maps. I take that back. So, as Wiethoofd tells me, I got tamed. Honestly, what you said, it's not even like them playing completely insane and out of their minds. I mean, they did do some insane plays there on kiti, but what you said, like, they had these strategies. They got outstratted, you know? Like, sometimes you can win off cheesily a bit when your players just pull the insane plays. I mean, the players did that on top, like, they even outstratted them, you know? If you go down 3-0, that's not a single player just popping off, it's you basically getting outstratted. So it's interesting to see for this Womtic map, as they do, hopefully have a response to what kiti was doing before, as Crime is a bit faster, he's a bit weak though.
He's lower as well, and he goes down to Nas, nicely placed sticky there, without a Devilman on middle. It's gonna be difficult, but Boshi once again just jumps in straight for the back line, finds Clark, gets cleaned up as the middle is just getting completely screwed there. Pahan getting out of his dodge here, but he's gonna get stabbed by the spies! He man goes in with the knife, pays with his life, but the medic is down, and that's all it counts. as I suddenly just made a rhyme, but there you go. Dago is still on the point, capping and finishing it off. Now Crime goes for the medic, tries to find the kill, getting punished for that by Spelly. And well done for SDCK, just kind of finding their first footing in this game.
Here comes Boshi though.
Okay!
Oh, he does get the force.
Yeah.
What an insane bump there into the skybox. Fuzz was also quite aggressive. He is still forward. He is killing Spelly. There comes the kind of counter jump from Jakeowaty, probably getting spotted as well. Kind of SDCK could just completely unparalleled push onto this point in the first mid-fight, so they basically won that. Dago goes down though to the spy in the backline, so the Kitty just come here with a quick response. 50 or even 60% advantage onto Py-bun when Dago spawns. As Scenery dies as well, they're kind of losing their players again. Though Sandburn gets a 2k from drop down, so that might actually enable them to push when they have their respawns.
Yeah, and they have the player advantage as well. They may be looking for something bad. Boshi goes in for the kill on the burn, missing 3 rockets. That's unfortunate. Getting cleaned up by JakeoWaty finally, opening up a lot of room that SDCK desperately needs right now. So they have to fight against Py-bun's Uber charge. Finsky finds a kill, another one of the JakeoWaty this time. Is still looking for some more. Burn actually equalizing on the crime pop. Uber goes pop on the middle by Py-bun, but this just mightily as a deterrent from what's going on. And there's just DQZ flying on the speed of bullets coming out of the heavy weapons guy who gets cleaned up in the drop down there. Sick Sandborn still being a menace. Nice.
TS is getting the important pick there onto JakeoWaty. It completely inhibits them from abusing this right flank, and he's getting killed right now. There comes the uncountered jump from Boshi, forces them so early, like they can easily deny that, and they even get their medic out. There is still the DQZ is the only victim, but he kind of threw himself in there. They still have this level 2, and they promised the heavy dice there, but unfortunate they can still repush this, though they might not even need to use this Uber. Jackie goes down, Fuzz is still alive, he's still popping off, and they're just getting their aggressive playstyle forward. Like, it's unquestioned right now, it's only Nos fault, he's probably going to get picked down as well. Like, they're just playing so aggressively this high ground, and like, they even have Uber after that, you know?
Yeah, and then Diaz goes behind, gets burned, getting burned himself, and now Boshi goes in once again onto a Sandburn looking for something. Only finds trouble. Sick Sandburn is still just kind of alive. I mean, he's being healed by those nice arrow shots from his medic. Dago is just kind of trying to get his Uber up, just as Py-bun has 100%. They also are in control of the point. All they have to do is just get in position and look for something nice and sweet. But Sandberg goes down there in the drop down. They finally figure out his strategy and are just taking it up completely.
The thing is, when they used before on the Pyro just to buy time, I was a bit questioning it. Fuzz wins the sniper battle once again, interrupting my train of thought. There comes the Uber, I come to the shot later as DQZ goes into drop down, jumps out with a detonator, amazing play right there. There come just all these flashes forward, and what it's kind of paralleling what I wanted to say before. Jackie is still killing Crime, and Scenery goes down as well. I can't call the picks from Foss, I'm sorry, otherwise I can't talk about anything else. So when they push like that, they just buy the time, you know, and the most important thing about this is just don't lose your players. That's what a lot of teams do. They push forward, okay, maybe it's not the best push in the world, but if you lose your players, that's even worse. But they're kind of not doing this. They're still kind of winning this heavy MGE here right now on Sandburn, and they're just making it bleed for the point, and they can just instantly repush probably again.
Yeah, this is basically what SDCK is doing. They're just bleeding players. They're kind of disconnected. Whereas Kitty, if they go together, they just go together. They don't care if they all die. And now Dago's low on the health. Scenery as well. Their Clark is also low as well. And they have to just get out of this situation here. Boshi jumps in and actually finds Dago there. Somehow, somewhere, he finds that rocket onto the medic and cleans him up. And he was weak as well from the previous encounter, so this is just so crushing. Boshi's just completely dominating the skies, and it's so difficult to get him down. And
sorry, really strong play from Z-Man, staying cloaked under the dispenser, then uncloaking, dying. Amazing play. So there come the kind of counter jump. They do force the Uber. They kind of still need more because what was that force, you know? Like, you have 2 seconds. Amazing force right there. And they get the early lead onto the time. It is 1:04 Kitty. And what I wanted before, like you say, they don't care if they die, you know. The most important thing is they don't care if they die for the objective and they die for their team, and therefore they do the right place and they actually don't die because they're playing like properly together.
Yeah, and that actually shows really well. Nos is just a little bit faster than Crime. Crime's low on health as well, trying to DM each other. Crime is out of dodge right now. JakeoWaty is a nice little surf on that shed going behind. Now he will just have to divert their attention. JakeoWaty is just still looking for something. DS actually finds Burn, and then Nas goes down. SDCK leading players once again, as we discussed before. Domaytoe. Now, Boshi he's pretty much uncontested, just can do whatever he wants. Point slowly getting capped by Kiti. Sandburns once again at the drop down, looking for something once again. Boshi goes down, though. Py-bun bleeds to death. How did this man bleed to death?
Well, I don't know if he's... I can't do... Sorry, it's not post-watershed time. He died to the guillotine and not some other very normal bodily function where you just bleed sometimes a month. So they have to work with their players right now. There's only level 1 behind the point on the right side. They're actually looking in better shape right now. The main issue for SDCK was they're just getting crushed into this lower right flank, but right now they have the ability to just take their banana, so they can abuse more sidelines. Okay, more sidelines is that you're more open to fast sniping, but you know, like, they can abuse more space.
And that's what they're doing indeed. Now Meef's going down there to a nice pipe, and now Bosch was again jumping the back line with DS, finding Burn there, and there's a heavy weapons guy going in, taking down Sandburn and the Sentry. It's just completely dismantling this. The point still belongs to SDCK, but they lost 3 players there, and 3 down on the side of Kiti. Uber has been faked by Dago. That's not gonna fool anybody. And Py-bun's about to hit his, so this is definitely in Kitty's, well, favor. This encounter here, as they're going on the point with that Uber charge, with all the players needed. Now Burn is looking for that crucial pick there from the... Oh no, but the Uber goes off as the point's getting finished.
Yeah, that's nicely played. What you said before, I like fake calls by medics, but why are you fake calling against the Russian team as if they would have sound enabled and not like Russian music pumping in the back, just completely enabling them to get the DM on point. There's only the man currently sapping dispenser or something gets unsapped. Right now they're just fighting towards this point again, you know, like they still have this advantage on the side of Dago, so they can make this work. They have this 60% advantage. They're getting aggressive here. They're probably going to die as Nos dies to a cleaver there, and they try to get aggressive. They only get Lightclaw. Nice pick there by the man as they're just fighting towards this point. Fuzz goes down as well, which should definitely cement this cap point, but they have to watch out that they don't get completely flanked from the repush.
Yeah, once again, look at this. Dago is really low on health, and Boshi is looking for a jump. Now, he's low himself, he's not going to risk this, but basically every time Dago is cold low in health, I see Boshi in the air flying for him, and it's been working out for them very well for Kitty. But now Crime is very aggressive, looking for some more damage done on the point. Burn is really aggressive as well, looking for those headshots. A lot of kills being exchanged there. 3 down on the side of SDCK. Now Boshi is going to get ready for a jump there. Jacklegs are low on the banana. TS trying to get something down there as well, but there's a pause once again. Just technical or maybe functional.
Technical. I mean, you get sniped by a Russian sniper and you request a technical pause, right? That's how it works, you know. Usually they only pop off in the last games of the season, and you know what that means, Jake, popping off in the last game of the season as a Russian sniper. Yeah, exactly. Maybe they're just requesting demos right now. I mean, it's 90 seconds in the future, so we could make predictions, but I'm pretty sure it's just a player timing out. It kind of detracted from this round currently when we kind of, at least I'm bashing SDCK a bit too critically, I think, because they're still like ahead time-wise in this round, so they actually got their grip a bit better. The main issue is Py-bun has full Uber and Dago just died.
Yeah, and this is the biggest problem that SDK has, is that they have the players and like they have everything they need, but every time it's not that they're playing bad, it's just that Finske and his team are just playing stellar. Finske is just picking off players one by one before they even reach the point, already putting the enemy team at a massive disadvantage. And then every single time Dago goes to like 50 HP or maybe 70 HP, that cold goes off and we see Boshi flying in looking for the cleanup. Every time that has happened, every time was flawlessly executed by the soldier, and it's just worked out so well. Medic is pretty much dead 100% of the time. Dago just cannot stay alive, and it's not even his fault.
Yeah, also, in general, I would say when medics die on this map, it's not their fault. It's an awful map for a medic to play on, because it's just so open, you get jumped, and especially if the enemy team has such good coordination. jakeowaty completely blows himself up on the spy, easy spy frag though. Burn does die, there we go, Fuzz winning the sniper battle early once again, and what you said, like you have these good strategies, and you can even back this up with your like kind of the M classes or your sniper, just getting so many quantitatively, like so many frags, and at some point it is still a kind of frag and deathmatch orientated game mode. It's just like when your players die, they can't do anything, you know, like that's plain and simple. But if you also have the strategies to just back this up, it definitely works in your favor.
Ooh, Jackie Legs goes behind us. Heavy doesn't even notice, and he actually goes down here. Heavy for the Russian side is still alive. Somehow he hit somewhere, but the middle point now being contested by either team. The point now belongs to Kitty. We don't know what the timers are, but Degu goes down once again. That's Finsky's fault, who is just completely unstoppable on that sniper class. And now SDCK without their medic, they're just waging their choices, looking if they maybe want to try something cool or maybe just simply stay. But that indecisiveness is so detrimental to their loss at this point, because they just cannot choose. Kitty chooses for them and goes for the remaining players. Without a medic, you just can't stay alive.
Finally though, the man kills Foss with the Ambassador, with the best revolver still in the game. They still do play across this point. Jackie is occupying top right. Burn gets stabbed though. That's kind of a bit of a weakening, because Foss has spawned in 2 seconds, and they kind of still need to cap this point quicker than the sniper can spawn, because they're just kind of making them play, not even bleed for this point, but just time-wise. It's just ticking down for Kitty. They only have 20 seconds to go, and they even have this 10% advantage. Maybe that was what was SDCK holding back, but they can't like hold back so much, you know. Like they have to be a bit braver. Now they're probably going to get forced, and they didn't even cap the point with that.
Yeah, they're going the Uber charge, just focusing full on Nas, just forging his way forward, cleaning up the players. Getting 3 only, like Boschina goes down, Crime, TS hold down right now, Pahan is still trying to heal up as many people as he can with those long-range shots, but the point finally now belongs to SDCK with 1 minute on the clock. They have to just make sure that nobody else caps it, otherwise it is 2 points for Kitty. Now they're fake calling that Uber charge again. That's way too quick for the Russians to actually notice. Oh, what a sniper again! Once again, Finsky is just not letting go.
Not an audible distance of the car. They're just walking forward here. They can just throw one wave in, just get a lot of cap time, and have your medic survive, because it's literally like it's even like 2 dry pushes and then 1 Uber exchange basically for the Russians, and they have like favoring spawns. SDCK though just fought off the first kind of dry push. They kind of got half of the cap secured right now, the Kitties, and they're probably just going to wait for their Uber, so it's gonna be 1 Uber exchange and probably a DM fight after that, as there comes just this jump from Boshi, and they clean the players up that are just around it. Pan doesn't even have yet, but they use now, and they have way better Uber just pushing into this.
Yeah, and they just waited it out. They lost a few players, but that's okay. Now Dagu has to do something funky with this, and now Scout goes in, Spelly looking for some kills there. Now Boshi goes in, trying to finish off Dagu. He goes down eventually. Clark goes down, Spelly goes down. It's just 1 by 1. They get cleaned up by that death ball that Kitty was, who now lead 2 points to 0 on this map here on Wormtick. And it's so disheartening. Yeah, it's just like...
Sorry.
No,
they just completely surrounded them, sorry. Amazing. Yeah, I mean, it kind of detracted that actually SDCK played it well under the circumstances. In the end, that they just lost a lot of players before the Uber, but they just got completely surrounded by number disadvantage. Fuss, you know, like, instantly wins that sniper battle. It's so incredibly hard to just play against that. Dickmann, though, gets the pick onto Pan, so it's basically Uber and number advantage against no sniper.
Yeah, the advantages that Kitty get themselves are just too big for SDCK to actually fight against. And every time they try to get a push, Finsky comes in and takes down their demo, takes down their heavy, or takes down their medic. Every time, and this time around, once again, TS gets down Burn. That's no counter sniper for SDCK. Nas is low on health. Dego trying to heal everybody up. Pahan did die in the last encounter somewhere, but they have finished up the point. And now, even without the Uber, they have the right positioning there. Now, the Uber comes out very early just to make sure they don't get caught off guard. There's a level 2 sentry built by Meave, who's just gonna get stabbed and sapped by Z-Man. Well done by the French spy man from SDCK. But now, SDCK trying to finish off this cap. Kitty are not letting this one go, though.
Well, the thing is, like, SDCK, their push was, hey, we just Uber, we don't even see their combo, we just Uber in. Then they get separated onto their side of the map from the Pyro on the Kitty side. Then they see, oh, there's a level 2 Wrangled sentry gun, and then we just lose 2 of our combo players don't get any pick and just don't get any cap time. That was the issue, and they just now even have this 40% disadvantage still, and they kind of got the cap time, but they can probably just use this here to block this, and it's exactly what they're doing. And if they don't lose players here, then they're once again just bleeding this time down.
And yeah, look at this. The point still hasn't been capped by SDCK, which means the timer goes down for Kiti. And that's not something SDCK wants to see, but they just got completely cleaned up in this encounter. And now Boshi once again getting really aggressive, looking for some more well-placed rockets from that original no medic for the side of the blue, and a 100% charged one for the side of the red right now, as SDCK are getting ready to push this one. But is Finsky gonna just put a wrench into their plans once again? Boshi goes in and drops Jaculates. Dago goes almost down there, but pops in the very last second before this rocket hit the ground, wasting the super. But they need to do something with this, and now Crime goes in looking for that kill onto Dago. He's just dodging and weaving those bombs. He's alive. They cap the point. They finish it off, and I think it's the first encounter that SDCK has actually somehow managed to come out on top of.
Yeah, now they have to watch out that they don't lose their players too fast and easy. As Sandman goes down, they kind of like as Sandman gets completely annihilated there by the spy, completely sandwiched. Clock goes down too fast. These pick classes are carrying right now. The Uwas are completely equal, but they just have these massively better spawns. They just walk forward. Crime goes down in Boshi though, so big spam classes on this big open map definitely does not favor you, those being down. So SCC can actually make it work. Burn has found his aim as Dago though goes down, so even though they do these plays, they still kind of get a disadvantage because their medic's down now.
Yeah, now Bahan's just charging his Uber. He's about to has 100%. With no heals on the point, I don't think SDCK will be able to stop this. Now Bosch just goes behind, gets the heavy weapons guy, and he falls himself to Sentry's shotgun. But there's nothing stopping Kiti to just walk on the point and claim for themselves, as they have 100%, they have the players right now, and they do have faster spawns. So that means they're gonna just be there and lickety split, whereas SDCK will just have to wait a long time before they even start thinking about pushing.
I always love this detonator jump from Yukezet. He's probably just annoying Sand, but now he gets forward completely alone on the right side. Now they push from the left side, so it's actually interesting switching up, but I already see Boshi just jumping behind. He's jumping the sniper as well, he just gets the early pick. Definitely favors you in the end. There comes kind of this drop down strategy from Sandman dice though, because not on the same wavelength. They don't even have their Uber yet. Dago is kind of weak, and they still have this 25% disadvantage, and they still have 1 minute time advantage on the side of of Kiti, and they just get like Nos and Spelly. You can't push without those people.
It's so insane to see Bosch do the things he does. I mean, just yet another person from Russia who's just completely dominating on the soldier class. Are we seeing the second coming of Shadowburn? Now Ubers have been exchanging the banana, just a bunch of nothing basically happening. Ascendary trying to find the Mede, but Pahan's still holding on to his Uber now. Ascendary's in a lot of trouble there, with Clark trying to find some kind of a help, still chasing Pahan. The point is now currently being capped by SDCK with 5 seconds on the clock, 1 minute and 40 for SDCK to actually stay in this, as this is their last lifeline of getting any points out of this match. They control the point, they do have the advantage, but will they be able to use this advantage to their, well, advantage?
Ascendary just engineered them, like he's basically descendary right now because he's just jumping from heights and chased the medic. There comes the big jump from Boshi, completely uncalled probably. He's on the medic, he gets Dago. This puppy's still alive. Why is he still alive? Kill this guy, finally. Burn dies, he burns out. What an irony. And they're probably just going to seal this point off that, honestly. There come the conch, maybe it can salvage something. It has to anyway. Jackie is on to the sniper, completely whips Foss down, and they are kind of only 4 players up, so they have to make this work with a mini sentry gun off clock, still staying alive. And once they recap here Kiti, which is kind of looking likely right now, it's gonna be over.
Yeah, they're capping this point. The red team doesn't have their heals yet. The Dago just reunited with them, but Bahan's about to hit 100%. It's just one by one. They keep dying on the point, and that's all she wrote. Ladies and gentlemen, Kiti's bakenbardami. Wales with sideburns just stake this in a 6-0 sweep over 2 maps, granting themselves 6 points in the table. What a game and what a team.
Well, they played really nice. Like the Russians are back in Prem. Hello, this is how you start your season off. Basically in the second week, maybe SDCK kind of not playing to expectations, maybe. But after all, you can just say the Russians play really nicely together. Usually Russians just play mega aggressive. I mean, it is what they did, but you could see like so many little strategies just being outplanned. And I don't know how much they scrimmed, but it kind of looked quite refined. So they probably just worked off these strategies that they developed in scrims and such. So interesting to see. Let's see once again the logs. I don't think a sniper will be on top, but it's probably just going to be some kitty players.
No, man. Finske, 31 kills. The second one is Boshi with 21. 10 kills over the second top scorer, which is also from his team, and is also the player that would give the second MVP.
I'm not paying attention to snipers anymore on Highlander.
That's just all I've seen is every single time SDCK wanted to push, it's just Finske picking off players one by one, getting Dagu, getting Nas, getting Sandburn. He's just picking off players, and that's basically SDK playing without one or two players every single time they reach mid. And it's just worked out so well for them. Finske just going absolutely mental this game, and well, he gets definitely the MVP of the game, but I will give a second MVP from me, personally, to Boshi from the plays he's been doing. Because he may not have a lot of kills, but boy, was he influential.
Yeah, what you just said, interestingly enough, I also have to point out the flank and just like general coordination from the Russian team, just creating the space. You can see this though in kind of Fusky's stats, not directly but like indirectly. I mean, considering that in the first kind of game, like in product, he got like something like 4.0 KD or something. Now he gets like 3.9 KD. Like if a sniper and he's even top scoring is on that kind of KD, it just like you don't have a chance on King of the Hill maps, especially, you know. Like this time you can literally just look at the logs. I mean, obviously, okay, it says the scoreboard line, but even without that, you could just guess what team won, because if a sniper's just that uncountered and the rest of the players is just playing to their potentials and advantages with the space they're creating, you just have no chance.
Well, we'll be slowly signing off with this game. Kiti granting themselves 6 points on this encounter against SDCK, putting them lower in the table. But now, it's been a pleasure casting with you, Domaytoe, as well as having Wiethoofd on the camera, the old faithful. Always a pleasure to be working with this man. And hopefully he gets his travel back safe home from Denmark, which he's spending 1.5 past months, I believe, where, well, 2 months. It hurts, man, not having you around here, but he's back, and he's back in action. So thank you once again, everybody who's joined us today on the Critscast channel, and be sure to stay tuned to everything we're going to be producing as we're going to be going into the Premiership with you and more casts. Always, please do follow us on Twitter, on Twitch, and on Patreon as well, if you're willing to drop us some coin. That helps us directly and allows us to produce even better content than we already do, as well as check the merchandise we do have on our website at critscast.com, so definitely check that. A lot of things, and basically if you type Critscast in Google, everything that you need to know will pop up straight. So please do give us a little visit, you know, and if you feel like we're doing God's work, then, well, drop some coin if you so desire. Thank you once again for watching, and we'll see you in the next cast.